Welcome back everyone, and thanks for joining me again on VeloView. Today we're going to take a long, detailed look at the 2026 Mercedes-Benz C-Class, a car that has always been one of the cornerstones of the luxury compact sedan segment. Over the years, the C-Class has stood as a symbol of everyday practicality wrapped in elegance, and the 2026 model continues that tradition while bringing with it fresh styling cues, significant technology updates, and a steady push toward electrification. What Mercedes has done here is less about revolution and more about refinement, but the details really do matter, and that's what we'll dive into now. The first thing you notice about the 2026 C-Class is its exterior presence. Mercedes hasn't changed the formula drastically, but the subtle adjustments give the car a sharper, more futuristic personality. At the front, there's a newly designed grille and bumper setup that looks leaner and sportier, while the most striking update comes in the form of the headlight signature. Inspired by the CLA concept, the headlights now incorporate star-shaped LED daytime running lights, which instantly distinguish the car from its rivals and link it visually to Mercedes' upcoming generation of vehicles. The profile remains familiar, with smooth flowing lines and balanced proportions that make the car look timeless, while the rear design has only minor tweaks, keeping the taillights crisp and contemporary without breaking away from the established look. It's the kind of facelift that rewards close attention, because while it doesn't scream change, the little updates collectively make the car look more modern and more premium. Under the hood, Mercedes has decided not to reinvent the wheel. The existing engine lineup has proven both reliable and versatile, so the 2026 C-Class carries forward with a range of mild hybrid petrol and diesel units, complemented by electrified AMG variants for enthusiasts. The most popular option will continue to be the C300, which runs a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-four paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. This setup produces a healthy 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, and thanks to the electric assist it delivers smoother acceleration and short bursts of extra power when needed. The sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour sits at just over 6 seconds, which is plenty quick for everyday driving while remaining efficient and refined. For those who crave more excitement, the AMG C43 takes things up a notch. Using an advanced electrically assisted turbocharger, it produces around 416 horsepower, giving it thrilling responsiveness and performance that feels far beyond what its four-cylinder layout might suggest. Then there's the flagship AMG C63 SE Performance, which combines a high-output four-cylinder with a plug-in hybrid system to deliver supercar levels of power, though there are whispers that Mercedes may eventually swap in a six-cylinder option to better align with buyer expectations and to compete with rivals that still rely on larger displacement engines. Of course, power is only one part of the C-Class story. Inside the cabin, the 2026 model takes a noticeable leap in terms of technology and digital experience. Mercedes has introduced its latest software architecture known as MB.OS, which will gradually roll out across its lineup. This system makes the infotainment smoother, more intuitive, and more future-proof, giving drivers and passengers a connected experience that feels cohesive and intelligent. The centerpiece remains a large vertical touchscreen, which now runs faster and integrates more features, while buyers will also have the option to add a passenger display similar to what's seen in the new E-Class. This transforms the passenger's role from passive rider to active participant, with entertainment and navigation options accessible directly in front of them. The user interface itself feels clean and responsive, designed to reduce distraction while still offering plenty of depth for those who enjoy customizing their setup. Comfort hasn't been overlooked either. The seats remain power adjustable with memory settings, the climate control continues to be dual zone with efficient airflow, and the overall design of the interior emphasizes smooth surfaces, ambient lighting, and premium materials that create a calm, high-end atmosphere. The cabin of the C-Class has always been one of its strongest selling points, and the 2026 update reinforces that reputation. While the internal combustion models make up the bulk of the lineup, what's perhaps most interesting is the quiet but steady work happening behind the scenes on a fully electric version of the C-Class. Mercedes is expected to launch an all-electric variant based on a modified EQE platform, signaling that the C-Class family is preparing to straddle both traditional and future-focused segments. The design of the EV version is expected to borrow aerodynamic influences from the EQS while keeping the sporty proportions of the current sedan. Early renders and spy shots suggest flush door handles, a smoother body profile, and aerodynamic wheels that give the car a futuristic, efficiency-focused character. Technical details are still under wraps, but industry speculation points to an 800-volt electrical architecture, rapid DC charging, and a battery pack engineered to deliver competitive range figures, likely aiming at or above 300 miles per charge to rival the Tesla Model 3 and BMW i4. This move is not just about expanding options for buyers, it's also a sign of how Mercedes intends to evolve one of its most iconic models into the electric age without losing its identity. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 C-Class continues to play in the premium space, but its spread of options ensures it can appeal to a wide audience. The base C300 sits around the $50,000 mark, offering a strong entry point into Mercedes luxury. Step up to the AMG C43 and you're looking at pricing in the mid-$60,000 range, which makes sense given its performance boost and added equipment. At the top of the ladder, the AMG C63 SE performance pushes toward the $90,000 territory, firmly into high-performance luxury territory but delivering output and capability that justify its price. These figures place the C-Class right in the heart of the luxury compact segment, slightly more expensive than some rivals but carrying the weight of the Mercedes badge and the technology it brings. Spending time with the 2026 C-Class reveals a car that doesn't try to shock you with a radical redesign or outlandish features, but instead builds carefully on what's already a proven and admired foundation. The exterior tweaks make it fresher, the tech updates make it smarter, and the powertrain lineup remains broad enough to suit different types of drivers. The whispers of a fully electric C-Class add intrigue and hint at the model's future direction, but even without that, the core package is strong enough to keep it competitive and desirable. What stands out most is Mercedes' ability to balance tradition with innovation. You still get the unmistakable presence of a C-Class, but you also feel the brand's push toward an electrified and digital future. That duality is what makes this generation particularly interesting, because it caters to loyalists who want refinement and reliability while also appealing to new buyers who demand modern technology and sustainability. So, whether you're considering the 2026 C300 as a practical luxury sedan, the AMG C43 is a performance-focused daily driver, or holding out for the electric version to fully embrace the future, the latest C-Class has something to offer. It may not be the flashiest update in the automotive world, but it's one of the most thoughtfully executed, and it reminds us why the C-Class has remained a bestseller year after year. That's the full breakdown of the 2026 Mercedes-Benz C-Class. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more automotive deep dives here on VeloView.